tell a story. I was going to cut the story short because I'm so nervous, and I just wanted to tell you about the Cultivating Innovation. But I'm going to first put it off with a little story about how I used to live in northern New Mexico in a little town called Española. It's the lowrider capital of the world. It's 30 miles from Santa Fe and 10 miles from a little town called Chimayo that's in beautiful canyon country. Chimayo is also famous for this little church, a very old church, that's known to bestow miracles on the people that come there. And every Easter, pilgrims from all over New Mexico will take the journey, and sometimes in bare feet, like I am today, or kneeling, and they'll fast, and they'll make it all the way to Chimayo for a miracle. So I decided I would make the journey myself. I lived pretty close. I need a miracle. Who doesn't? So I loaded up. It was 3 a.m. I had water. I had energy bars, and I was ready to go. And somewhere between that first step and like my third step, I decided I was going to walk to Chimayo faster than anyone had ever walked to Chimayo before. So I started my journey, and it was kind of like Pac-Man, and I guess this would be Margarita's talk. I was probably like the killer, because people would be on the side of the road, and I was like, I'm going to beat them. I'm going to beat them. And I would go faster and faster and faster, and in my head, just like my goals, I was checking them off my list, like, oh, you're gone, you're gone, you're gone. And I started to, I kind of noticed on the side of the road that there was, water and community members, and there was, community forming to cheer us on to get to Chimayo. And I still wanted to win. So by the time I hit mile 10 and went around the corner, my hips are aching and my feet are swollen. I did it in 5 hours, and I come to this pretty little church, and I have to tell you that my first thought was, what the hell am I doing here? I didn't know why I went there. I didn't know why people went there. I know you get some kind of miracle, but what happens? You walk in and it hits you all of a sudden. I didn't know what I was doing there or why I had just walked 10 miles since 3 o'clock in the morning to get there. I decided to get in line. I didn't even know what for or what was at the end of the line, and I'm waiting, and finally it's my turn to see what all of this is about, and I discovered a hole. With dirt. Magic dirt. I picked up the dirt and I put it in my pocket. I am so angry at this point and have no clue why I had just walked all this way. I walk out, I want to cry, and I decide to go home. Now, I was told by all my New Mexican friends that nobody walks home from Chimayo. Nobody but me. They said that people will gather with their big pickups, and you just hop in the back and they'll drive you home. It's all about community, except when you're me. I ended up walking home. That's 10 more miles that I wasn't expecting. And people would call out to me as I was walking, "You're going the wrong way." Nobody walks home from Chimayo. As I made it home, I collapsed in my inflatable bed. My hips were screaming. I was crying. I was angry. I was mad. I was like, what kind of miracle is this? What a phony thing this is. I just walked all this way, and I did it in record time, checked it off my list for this dirt. So I did receive a miracle that day, just not the warm, fuzzy kind. It was the kind that comes when you have to look at how you move through the world face to face. And for me, I learned that it was about the journey, and it wasn't about the destination. It was about the sunrise that I missed, and the aspen trees, and partaking of the water, and meeting with community, and sitting on the side of the road and asking for a ride home. And how does this relate to the Innovatables contest that we did here as an experiment? Well, we decided if we were going to throw this event for all of you on Cultivating Innovation, we should try it out ourselves. So we thought, let's create an idea contest, one that would come up with the next great idea. And so that was really our thinking, was that it was about creating the magic, and that the idea was really, the gold about everything. And the ideas were great, and we had 24 of them, and 3 rose to the top, and they all fought so that they could pitch their ideas here to you today, right after I finish, pretty quickly. And And what we learned, though, was that the ideas were very special and very magical and, like the dirt. But it was the journey. It was moving all of us together and creating a space that 100 people that probably wouldn't have gotten together had gotten together. And the innovation was more in the network and more in the community and the ideas itself, but it was really about all of us and how we moved through the process. So without further ado, I'm very excited to introduce the top 3 ideas from Andrew, Caroline, and Rebecca, and they fought really hard to get here. So I welcome them to the stage.
Okay, so this is what you make in grad school. Research reports, literature reviews, case studies, analyses, and all of which display your capacity for critical thinking and your attention to detail. Unfortunately, when you graduate, most of these will end up in a shelf or on a box somewhere to be forgotten. Because let's face it, who wants to read anything this dense? And in school, these are your lifeblood, and out in the real world, they're stale, static, stagnant, dead. And that's unfortunate because here at the Monterey Institute, as you've already seen from some of this morning's presentations, the project work that we have here is so real-life immersive. We spend so much of our time digging in and trying to make the world a better place, and that work deserves not to be underrepresented. So, a few of our students, some of the more farsighted ones, have created these professional, personal websites for themselves that highlight all of their academic achievements and all that they've learned. And it's not just a bunch of collections of PDFs that you have to open up and download. It's active blogs. It's presentations that you can watch, digital tools that they've used and reviewed, links to sites that are affiliated with their interests or their lines of work. And through this process, they've connected all of the dots between who they are, what they've learned, and where they want to be professionally. All of this stuff that we make gets integrated, used, synthesized. It's not wasted. It's not forgotten. Why not share this process with the rest of the children? Why do we have to do a 1-credit independent study? Let's make a class. Let's make a 2-credit elective here at MIS, open to all majors, open to all alumni, so that we can collaborate and cross-pollinate ideas. Let's help our students increase their self-awareness and self-confidence, and let's take what's on their shelf space and make a professional space. Thanks very much.
Hello, everyone. My name is Caroline Kelley, and I'm here on behalf of my team, and our project is Peace Through Understanding. A couple of months ago, several students from the Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages program began teaching free ESL classes at the Peace Resource Center in Fremont, or on Fremont Boulevard in Seaside. And so far, we've received an amazing response. We hope to take that energy and build it into something bigger, the energy of our students and from one another as teachers. And our goal is to establish a lasting relationship between the Peace Resource Center and the Monterey Institute program. As you can see, our needs intersect. We are empowering students, we're training teachers, and we're bridging gaps in the community. We've been developing a curriculum based on peace and social justice issues, and we think this is perfect because of Seaside's history of racial integration and civil rights. We hope through teaching this content in English that we will be enabling our students to achieve their goals and also helping the students here at the Monterey Institute to achieve their goals of training as teachers. And through doing this and helping our students achieve their goals, we will be, I'm getting a little tripped up and a little nervous, but we're at the point now that we're helping our students achieve their goals, but we need funding and we need institutional interest so that we can help, say, Victor over there in the right-hand corner to be promoted from dishwasher to busboy, so that Maria can translate her recipes into English, and so that Miguel can take his wife to the emergency room and not be turned away because he doesn't speak English. And we ask you to help us achieve peace through understanding.
Okay, hi, I'm Rebecca Walters. and I want to start off by telling you a story. So I spent the years between undergrad and grad school working as a server at a restaurant in Pennsylvania. Because I wrote greetings to my guests in 4 different languages, one night one of my tables told me that I should go to grad school at the Monterey Institute. So, as you can see, I'm here, and I happen to be at the right place, in the right place at the right time to learn about this tiny little graduate school in Central California. Long story short, I graduated in May 2009, and now I work here at the Institute as the new media development specialist. I spend most of my days trying to think about how we can better promote the Institute to a wide variety of audiences, including future students, donors, and alumni. But the biggest lesson I've learned is that we can't do it alone. So I propose that we create a student-driven team to partner with academic programs to conduct marketing projects to spread the word more about the Institute. This is a win-win situation for both the Institute and the students. The students gain an opportunity to learn web and social media skills they need to become 21st century professionals. And then, whatever dream job they get, wherever they are in the world, they'll hopefully stumble upon someone who can say, oh, you graduated from the Monterey Institute of International Studies. That's that small school in Central California that offers a unique mix of programs that exist nowhere else in the world. Because that's what we are.